Like, you're going through it because you're living in their household. You're going through it because that's your family. You're going through it because that's your brother, sister, cousin, mama, daddy, whoever the case is. Like, you're going through that because they're going through that and you're living with them. But when I said that you have to distance yourself from negativity when you're searching for success. They are your family. But at the same time, you don't necessarily need to be around it. You can distance yourself from the negativity. You can pull yourself back. You can say, all right, I survived. I've been here long enough. I survived. You say that this is not important, but yet it's still my passion. Mama, I feel you that you having problems, but that's your problem. I can help you as much as I possibly can. I love you. I care for you. And thank you for raising me, but that's not my problem. So you're going to have to deal with that. But this is important to me. That's important to you. I'm grown now. And I know how to think on my own.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast with the elephant as always. Welcome, it is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. We are in the studios. The somewhat studio office room. You know, whatever we got.
You know what I can't wait for, bro?
What's
when we
up?
actually got a actual studio, like office space with the server in the joint, because I know for a fact we're gonna need a server. Like we gonna need a server. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, yo, how much does a server computer cost to build, bro?
I don't know, but I heard
it ain't cheap.
Story.
No, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. I got the parts all priced out, bro. I know what we need already to get started, and yeah, it's kind of high. It's kind of high. It's doable though.
So,
but
all right, like every time I think of servers, I think of like, you know, movie show type. It's like this big tower, and everything's like panels are glowing and chirping and whatnot. We're gonna build one of those.
Yeah.
You build one?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's either build one of those or not get done what we trying to get done. Like, it's your call. But yeah, like the podcast studio in one room, the server room in another joint, the gaming studio in another joint, bro. Like, I'm looking forward to those days, man. Real estate in the front, merch sales out the back. I'm looking forward to all that, bro. Oh man, just a place that we could call our own, where we can link up, and that's our 9 to 5. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, see if we can get Alex to start his clothing line and sell that joint out there too.
Out the back.
Yeah. Your camera been tripping, man. But yo,
so
tell me why I had like the most embarrassing situation that a grown black man could ever have in the middle of a Walmart store last night, bro. So,
well, I mean, if you ain't get doused with a hand sanitizer, I don't want to hear it. What happened?
So, I'm getting out the car, right? And my Bluetooth, for whatever reason, like this joint, like, you know how you get in the car, you connect your phone to Bluetooth or whatever to play music.
Right.
And usually when you turn the joint off, the music stops playing. Like, you don't just get out your car and your phone just like disconnects from Bluetooth and keep playing music. But for whatever reason, this happened. So I told y'all on a recent episode that we recently started listening to K-pop music. And yeah, bro. So I'm walking I walk
Uh-huh.
into the store and I'm hearing this song playing in the background, and I'm like, yo, why am I trying to get hyped today? And I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, yo, there's no fucking way they playing that song. That's crazy, bro. So I'm walking through the store, and for
Mhm.
whatever reason, the volume is just kind of all over the place, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, all right, yo, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, they got the joint playing all over in here. Like I was like, yo, for real. And then all of a sudden, bro, like I'm walking through and I'm getting all these dirty looks from people. I'm like,
Mhm.
they looking at me like, what in the hell? Like, so I get to the spot that I'm going to, right?
Uh,
And I hear this other song playing, and I'm like, wait, they playing two songs at once? Oh yeah, whatever. That's crazy. I mean, it's Petersburg Walmart, so I mean, it was whatever. And then next thing I know, I'm just sitting there looking at the thing that I'm trying to get,
mm.
and I thought about it. I'm like, yo, want that song on my playlist? And I look up, and this lady, like this girl looking at me like she like
uh,
probably about maybe a little younger than me, and she was looking at me like,
mm.
I'm like, oh, pull my phone out, and I got Dumb the Rum playing on my phone, bro. I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing. And I mean, I'm walking through that joint. I'm glad I
Mhm.
wasn't around no people who were just like you know how people they see you and they like want to start some shit with you because like you different as fuck.
Mhm.
Like
You
I
just
walk
enjoying your
past
life.
right, I walk past a group of some homies. Just
Some
gonna put it that way.
ruffians.
I walked past a group of homies, and and I was like, they look like some people who would pull a strap out on you in the streets
Mm.
just for looking at them the wrong way, and like they ain't say nothing. Like I was just like, all right, cool. I guess I got lucky on that one, huh? So yeah, that happened in the middle of Walmart.
That is
That's
crazy.
the lady probably looked at me like that because she's like, yo, you don't look like they target audience.
I mean, music is music though. I remember and when I was in high school, I was on my way to take the SAT. A practice was it practice? No, it was actually SAT. Yeah, it was the SATs. It was the SATs. Me and this other dude, we carpooled. We ain't really, kick it in school or nothing. We weren't really like close friends or nothing like that.
Yeah,
But my taste in music, I like anything that sounds good, has a good beat, has a good message, and I didn't know what other people would like. So
right.
it was this one song that came on, and I was like, I've never heard anybody else fuck with it. So let me skip it because this dude might not, mess with it, nothing like that. And came on, I quickly, fiddled with my phone, changed the
Yeah.
song, whatever. He was like, whoa, you listen to this group? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, I listen to the group too. He's like, man, like, play the song. I was like, all right, shoot, all right, cool. Um, and a friendship was started. But nah, uh, yeah, like music is music. I don't get why people be like they try to uh classify music to like
Hmm.
or
I
stick
don't know,
music
bro.
to a certain group of people.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
bro. It's that's a. I think it's mostly an environment thing, honestly.
That
Because
too.
like being from Petersburg, bro, you know you're not allowed to be different here. Like
It's that
I
bad.
told the story about how I used to draw back in school and why I
Mm,
don't draw now. Like for real, if Lamar was from Petersburg, bro, he wouldn't be where he is now. Like
come on.
just being real, like you talking folks take your shit, like they drawing all on your shit. Like you walk away, you step away from your book for a second, and somebody
Mm,
will literally come open your shit up and just like draw all over it with a pencil and like shit like that. Like you get clowned on for being different here. So yeah, like I couldn't listen to rock music growing up. Like the music that I listen to now, I couldn't listen to that growing up. It was all hip hop. Like I remember an era where if you were gonna listen to the radio, you listen to 106.5 and 92.1, and that was it. Like you don't turn to no other station. Like that's how it is in Petersburg, bro. Like if you were going to live around people who were going to be like you, then nobody else, they didn't want to listen to what you were trying to listen to. So you were going to listen to what they were going to listen to. Otherwise, you would get clowned for it. So that's how it was in Petersburg. That's why, like to answer your question, that's why it happened here. I don't know how it happened anywhere else. Like I don't really
Mhm.
spend a whole lot of time in other people's hoods, but I can imagine it's the same thing because poor man's mentality is the same worldwide.
That's true. And like I think we need to as like a whole community, a whole people in general, like we need to get into the space where like we can be able to change and create a environment like for our artists, our people with open minds that think differently.
Yeah.
Because I had a cousin. He used to come to church with me and everything. Now he's in that hoodlum lifestyle,
Yeah.
he's in the gang and everything. But man's can draw. Like it might not be, kind of on like Lamar's level digitally,
Mm-hmm.
but he can freehand. I wish I had DVR as growing up at the time when he had came over. Like we had this weird direct thing where we could freeze the image
Mm-hmm.
only for like a couple of minutes or whatever. But like the show itself would still be going. You couldn't pause it, but you can freeze the
Yeah, you
image
can
and you can
pause
see.
live TV. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't pausing. It was just like you would freeze the image of where it's at, and the show
Oh, okay.
itself would keep going. You couldn't rewind. You could just freeze the image.
All right, I
Um,
got you.
but we was watching Dragon Ball Z or whatever, and like we froze the screen, and he thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing that you could just freeze the screen. I didn't know about DVR at the time, but we froze the image or whatever, and dude just looked at it, and he could draw it on a piece of paper. And I'm like, yo, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna have you draw these pictures of Dragon Ball Z characters. I'm gonna color the janks, and we're gonna make our own comic book like freaking Captain Underpants. You know how they used to do. And I was like, we could sell these, we could do anything with these, bro. Like just draw. That's all I
Yeah.
need you to do. Like, dude
Yeah.
was mad. It ain't even take him long either. Like he could be like, all right, you give him like an image or something. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, I can have that drawn the next day, and he can hand it to you. And I was
Yeah.
just like, why you ain't doing nothing with this, bro?
Yeah. I grew up with a dude who had skills like that too. He'll look at something like he traced some. I think like I watched him trace something one time, and then all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
he just like memorized how the lines went. And
Yeah.
like my man was just like he started doing his own comic books too, like his own Dragon Ball fan fiction type joint,
Mm-hmm.
and like writing his own stories. But the same thing happened. Like the environment didn't allow that to happen. So he stopped too. It's the same premise. And he had like skills. Like I can imagine like if he was still drawing nowadays, like he would have something like, bro, we could have started a tag team duo, bro. Like, and this was my best friend growing up, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to do it with him, and that's how I started here. That's how we ended up with the Aether Universe now because of those times. Because for whatever reason, it's more. It was better for me to write than it was for me to draw, and I didn't have as much skill as he did either. So I mean, I won't even gonna try it. Like, but yeah, man, I find it weird, right? Because like even growing up back then,
Mm-hmm.
like with the music, going back to the music thing, man, I remember a time, Mark, where I had like 400 some Gucci Man songs, and that was all I listened to.
Yeah.
Like I remember back then, like yo, I can't, bro. I can't even listen to a Gucci Man song now, man.
Mm.
Like, bro,
Mm.
like for real, I like people like Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco, Talib Kweli, like people like that. I
Mm.
never gave them a shot when I was younger, bro. Like
Mm.
if I heard about NF, And when I was in middle school, coming into high school, bro, I wouldn't even be listening to them right now. Like that's how deep it is. Like, yo, the environment really made me think that music was trash. Like the music where people were actually talking was trash.
That's crazy. It and it's crazy, and I think you should, like, I don't know, maybe like old heads should have something in play. I mean, I know they did like way back when, and then certain group of people put a stop to that. But like we need to get back to a place where we can create safe environments where we change the upbringing of like young people, because like people have talent and skills out this world that they can create, man. And it's just like we don't have safe places for them to hone that.
Yeah.
And then since they can't do that, something that comes so natural to them, like I'm pretty sure the guy and the friend that I'm talking about, drawn to them was almost just like breathing. But since the environment was very suffocating for that skill or whatever, it died, and they had to pick up something else that pays the bills.
Hey, there it is right there. The pay the bills part, bro. Like, yo, but and we need to, on top of creating an environment where it's okay to do that, bro, we need to stop focusing so much on what pays the bills and what don't. Like that's the problem right there, because like people, like everybody know, like drawing doesn't necessarily pay the bills when you first start. But instead of saying that, yo, that don't pay the bills, you need to find something that's gonna make you some money. Instead of saying that, bro, why don't we ever say that let's find a way for your drawing to make you money? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why we jump straight from, all right, you drawing, that's cool and all, but the rent due.
Yeah.
Like how we just straight up turn a positive into a negative like that? It don't make sense to me. Like, yo, why, instead of saying that, why didn't we just go, so you're drawing now and it's good, keep drawing because it's good, but at the same time we need to figure out how that can make you money, because it's obvious that you passionate about this, and what I'm about to get you to go to school for, you ain't passionate about that. So the conversation just need to be changed up. Like, I know, for like we talk about it all the time on this podcast, bro. But like people go so hard for the acquisition of money, and they forget that you gotta live a life outside of getting money.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why, like, and I swear everybody got this phrase all screwed up, where if I enjoy what I do for a living, I never had to work another day in my life. People got that so mixed up in this community, man, that they thinking that if I'm working at a job that I like the people, I like the money I get, if I can survive in the day and I could do that for the next 40 years, I like what I do, so I never work another day in my life.
So they see it as strictly a mental thing. Like, all right, I'm in this comfortable spot, so I'm good. This is life. This is my life. I'm gonna go to this job each and every day. If they need more from me, I'm gonna give them more. I'm gonna give them more of my time, even if it's demanding of me, even if it's taking a toll on me. I like my job. The pay is good. The people are all right. This is home. This is comfortability.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
I was listening to something the other day about that. It's like we get to this point where and we've said this plenty of times before, like we're sacrificing time. We are giving up time. If you're to the point where you're giving up you're giving up time to make money when you should be giving up money to make time. I think it's how that saying goes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so simple, but we get stuck in. Well, I mean,
Sell the
that's
money,
all we're
bro.
taught. There we go. There we
Sell
go.
the money, bro.
And it's not taught. It's not taught. It's still somewhat of a foreign concept to me. You know, I'm slowly getting the grasp of it with like the investing and the passive income, you know, streams I'm trying to establish.
Yeah.
But like other than that, this is all stuff I had learned on my own from like, you know, YouTube University and, you know, Mr. Google, you know, all knowing Google.
Yep, failing
And
forward.
yeah, and trial and error. But like this is not taught in the public schools. I haven't went to a private school, so I don't know what they teaching over there. But you know,
Right. Right. I'm telling you, they teaching you just how to fall in line, but they teaching it at a better scale.
come on.
Yeah, they teaching it like in the private schools, bro. They teaching it like we're gonna give you a better environment for you to learn it, but we're gonna teach you a little bit more principles. So you can fall in line a little bit better. But I like you said, you know, I don't really know either, but you know, I can imagine that. I mean, even Jamal King went to a private school, bro. He said that it wasn't really that deep. So I mean, I don't know. And he a millionaire too, so
that's true. That's true. So yeah, like how can we, you know, get people into the mindset of, all right, instead of, you know, conforming, being comfortable, let me change to create something for not only myself but my legacy, my family, you know, create a safe place for them to where when they come up, they can fully indulge in their dreams, their passions, their skills. They can dive right into that. They don't need any money to hold them back. They ain't got to worry about, all right, I need to, you know, push this to the side. This is something I love. I love to do. I enjoy doing it. It comes easy. It comes natural. Let me do something unnatural so I can pay the bills and do this on the side and kind of just like be a little bit miserable because I gotta put all this other stuff in front of, you know, something that makes me happy.
I like that question, by the way. But I would say that at this point, no matter where you are in life, you gotta focus on what you want to do. Like nobody can tell you what you want to do.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
But on the note that nobody can tell you what to do, it's not impossible for you to be influenced by what other people want. It's not impossible for you to say to your parents that I want to write for a living, and your parents come out and try to convince you that writers don't make any money unless they this, that, and the other. It's hard to be J.K. Rowling. It's hard to be James Patterson, Stephen King, all these other top branded authors. It's hard to be them. So I don't think you need to focus on that right now. I think you need to focus on your schoolwork and having a job because you know your father is about to get taken out of work because he has this surgery coming up and we're going to be short on cash and all of these things, the car note is due and rent needs to be paid and all these things. So it's easy for somebody who quote unquote love you to start spitting those truths at you and you just back up off of it. So even though those things are happening, like I want to challenge somebody today and say and think about it. Like you are having challenges in your life right now. You are going through things. You are having struggles just like that. And how do I know you're having struggles just like that? Because I came from an environment where those things happened to me. Those things were said to me or something on those lines. And like everybody has heard something on those lines that, we need to start focusing on this because this is what I find important. Which you're doing right now is not making money, so it's not important. So here's what I need you to do. You're going through that right now. Just live it. Just endure it, survive it. That's all I need you to do, is survive it, because it's going to happen. Other people's problems are they're not your problems. Like, you're going through it because you're living in their household. You're going through it because that's your family. You're going through it because that's your brother, sister, cousin, mama, daddy, whoever the case is. Like, you're going through that because they're going through that and you're living with them. But when I said that you have to distance yourself from negativity when you're searching for success. They are your family. But at the same time, you don't necessarily need to be around it. You can distance yourself from the negativity. You can pull yourself back. You can say, all right, I survived. I've been here long enough. I survived. You say that this is not important, but yet it's still my passion. Mama, I feel you that you having problems, but that's your problem. I can help you as much as I possibly can. I love you. I care for you. And thank you for raising me, but that's not my problem. So you're going to have to deal with that. But this is important to me. That's important to you. I'm grown now. And I know how to think on my own now. So I politely decline your offer for joining in on your pity party, but I'm going to back up and I'm going to focus on me. And the environments are like, for real. I just told y'all, growing up, I couldn't listen to enough. I couldn't listen to people like Kanye West. I couldn't listen to people like Lupe Fiasco because my environment told me I couldn't listen to that. My environment told me that I had to listen to Gucci Mane, to Future, to Roscoe Dash, and all these other people. Like, my environment told me I had to listen to those things. I didn't particularly care for it. So when I grew up, I started listening to Lupe Fiasco, and I was like, yo, why do people hate him so much? He talking some real stuff right now. But what I realized, like J. Cole and all them, man, like, yo, for real, people weren't really trying to mess with J. Cole. Like, when J. Cole came out with that one album, I can't remember who he was he won't beefing with nobody, but it was like they did a challenge or some shit like that. No, Kanye West. I'm sorry, Kanye West and 50 Cent, bro. You know, 50 Cent, gangster rapper. You know, he's like 50 Cent, like he never like hesitate to say, I pull out my gun, shoot you in the head in the middle of a song. Like, yo, he about that. But you know, Kanye West, when he issued the challenge to Kanye West, I think it was Graduation. I think that was the album. I think it was Graduation, the third album. I think it was Graduation. When they had that, when they put that little bet out there, man, everybody was like, yo, when Kanye won that joint, bro, I was like, I mess with the album. I don't really listen to 50 Cent like that. Like, the gangster rap, the drugs and all that other stuff, yo, you can have that. I ain't about that life, bro. Like, I promise you I ain't about that life. But Kanye West is over here talking about mental health. He talking about being fashionable. He talking about growing within yourself. And I'm like, that's the music I want to listen to, because what my man is talking about actually has a message.
Right.
But the guys from where I came from, they were all on the 50 Cent boy. They were tripping because Kanye West went around, that he won that challenge. And they were like, yo, we don't even listen to that shit. Yeah, y'all might not, but y'all also don't want to grow.
Thanks. And I mean, music in general, it speaks to, like, I ain't gonna say it speaks. I mean, it does speak to each and everybody, you know, differently or in a different way. But like some music,
yeah, some people,
if you don't got the right mindset, that too. And like the words that people are saying in music, like if you ain't got the right mindset, it'll fly over your head. Yeah. Like, I listen to songs, you see it all the time, you know, the old songs that you go to the cookout as a young kid and they be playing in the background. You think they talking about, you know, having a good time, you know. But them old songs, man, they have each and every single one of them. Listening to them now, it was sexual innuendos in them. It was two meanings to everything. It was poor.
Yeah.
They
I got
talk
to a
about
point, bro. I couldn't even be around
everything
it.
under the sun.
I couldn't even be around it, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all. Like when our neighbors had that party, bro, all they played was
Mhm.
a bunch of ridiculous music that I was just like, I ain't trying to hear this, bro. When back that thing came on, bro, I was just like, you know what, bro, let's find some ambient music, like I was like, I told Google to play some ambient noise. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to
Mhm.
hear that shit right now. I'd rather hear birds chirping right now than to hear that right now. Like, yeah,
Nice.
yeah, man. Um, damn, bro, I had a whole joint that I wanted to get into. I ain't even touch it yet.
Come on.
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
get. Let's get.
um, uh, yeah, man. Mm. So this week, man,
Mhm.
I realized something that I not necessarily realized something, but I went through something that kind of that kind of smacked me across the face a little bit, man. I had a expectation or something that I wanted to do or wanted to happen, a result that I wanted, as a
Mm.
result of a business move that I made, and I didn't necessarily get that. I didn't get the result that I wanted when I
Mhm.
started. You know, I told you about the ad.
Right.
Yeah. So I ended up stopping the ad at this point. Put way too much money into it to justify not having a return. There was no return. And I don't know what the issue was. Um, I still got to do a little bit of research on it, but bruh, all right, for y'all listening, like let me explain what happened, right? So I got a Christmas sale going on for the first two books in my series, and the sale is buy one get one free and half off. Like the prices drop, and and there's a buy one get one free offer if you download the books from my website,
Mhm.
ajmcmullen.com, just in case you guys want to take advantage of that. 50% off. But I put the ad out there on Facebook and Instagram, and I tuned up this joint to whatever audience that I was trying to get to or who I thought I
Mhm.
was trying to reach with these books, right? And I made absolutely no headway. Absolutely no headway. And I'm bringing it up because when it happened, I was just like, yo, how?
Mhm.
I was like, not one person. I was like, yo, I've sold out of books at conventions. How am I not able to sell one book online, right? So where I was going with that was like where my head went
Mhm.
was, yo, this maybe it can't be done. Maybe you never had success selling online, so maybe it's just not your wheelhouse. Like my brain just went there, but like
Mhm.
these are things that I've always struggled with because I've always had problems selling online. Like I can sell to you in person. You get it, like I lock you down in the conversation, start talking about the product, bro. I'll sell a book to somebody just talking about it at work, bro. Like I just a random person. Oh, I heard you're a writer. Tell me about your book. Blah 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 blah. Split. Oh, what's your website? Done. Like yo, I
Mhm.
can sell to you in person if I lock in and have a conversation with you. I can do it. I mess around and sell 10 books to you. But hey, give them to your family for Christmas, like for real. Like I can do that. But online, it just seemed like online, like I've never had any headway trying to sell online. And I'm bringing this up because even though I had these challenges and these problems, right?
Mhm.
Nothing in me said quit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, and I'm gonna tell you, like for real, like I put $80 into
Mhm.
it last week into ads. $80, bro. It made not one comeback. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it's not a win because I did get about 300 people added to the mailing list already
Okay.
for that. Yeah. So I did get some kind of win out of it. I just didn't get a financial return. But
Mm-hmm.
the seed was still sown.
Okay.
1,400 people saw the ads. 300 people subscribe to the mailing list, bro. I don't know that. I mean, I continue writing. Maybe 150 of those people might buy a book in the future, provided I keep contacting them. Like I don't know. There's no way of telling right now what the result of this is. And like I just know that some of y'all, man, y'all go into business with these high expectations, and then
Mm-hmm.
when the shoe drops, when the other shoe drops, you just like, yo, I'm out. This ain't work. It's not working. I'm done.
True. And it's with that. The reason they pull out is because they hurt. They couldn't stand the hurt, and we've talked about it way back with hiatus. Uh, they tried to do something new. They got on that skateboard and they failed, and
Yeah.
it hurt
Yeah.
like crap. Um, and they didn't want to do it again, so they got out. And it's crazy because that's how you learn, like
Mm-hmm.
especially on like you know doing doing riding a bike, riding a skateboard, riding on roller skates, because we got into that at work recently. um it's a learning process. You're going to fall. If it's something new, you are going to fall. You're going to fail. Yes, you're gonna get hurt, but it's that fear of hurt, or your brain's like, all right, we don't want to do that again, so let's figure out how to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is. You fail and you get better because you nor your brain wants to feel that hurt anymore. Like the fear is still there. The pain is still right behind you as soon as you fall. But it's like, all right, I've been through it. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to feel that again. So I'm gonna get better at it, so it
Yeah.
never happens again. The fear is still there. The fear is pretty much the main thing that's motivating you to, keep getting better and to keep from falling.
Yeah, man. I really struggle with that with that um with that thought too, man. Like I was
Mhm.
just like, yo, how did you let that happen again? What did you do wrong this time? Like,
And
eh, eh,
then with that, it could be something real simple. Like, all right,
right.
around this time, people, I mean, people are still afraid of the internet. People are getting scammed. People don't know
That's
what's
true.
real or what's not. It could have just been like, all right, I've never seen this author or this
Right.
type of book before. You still got on the mailing list, well, people on the mailing list. So that could be people like, all right, it looks interesting. I don't know how it's gonna go, but let me sign up.
Right.
Let me sign up
Exactly.
and see if it's legit. Maybe he gonna post something else. If he keeps posting, then I might get that next book. Uh, they got to see the growth,
The work
the proof, the work. Yeah, the
and
work.
the social proof, right.
Uh, so I mean, it could be that. For anybody else that's trying to get into the same things, or like trying to put something out there, just remember that, like, people aren't too trusting. We're in a world where people don't trust any and everything. Everything is kind of taken with like a hint of doubt. Like, all
Mm,
right, this is in front of me, but you know, is this gonna be okay? Like it's in any and everything. Like
can I trust
games,
this?
yeah,
Can I
yeah.
trust this? That's it. That's literally it right there. And I trust this. And like some of y'all, man, y'all, and I've seen people do it so many times before, man.
Mhm.
Like some folks, they come into the entrepreneur
Mhm.
mentality, and they kind of got this job mindset with the entrepreneur spirit, and they thinking that they just about to go make a lot of money fast, start a
Mhm.
business, and they talk to their friends and family, find out their friends and family are interested, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this don't
Mhm.
work. This ain't And bro, some of y'all, and I'm talking to some of y'all who like my Facebook friends right now. Like I got a lot of network marketers on my Facebook friends list right now. People selling all type of stuff, teas and jewelry and all type of things like that, bro. But like you try to get onto it. And the body wraps, bro. Don't forget the body wraps. Like let's talk about that too. But yeah, I'm talking about y'all too. But like they get their hands on something, man, and they like, oh, this looks interesting. I might be able to make a lot of money for this. Like and whoever sold it to you the first time, they like, yo, and I bet you know somebody else who could use this product too, don't you? And they know somebody who could use this product too, right? Yep. So you just like and you go talk to these people, man, and they get to like laying on your heart, man. You go talk to your friends and your family. You thinking your friends and family gonna support you, and all of a sudden they just look at it like, oh, you part of one of those. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want to do with that pyramid stuff, man. And then all of a sudden you back out. You like, oh, it don't work. It's this, it's that, but you ain't necessarily treated like a business. You treated it like a hobby, and then you can't put a price tag on your hobby. Like you can't come out the hobby and be like, I want to make $1 million off the hobby. That's not usually how that works. That's not like it's not a typical thing for people to come out the closet or whatever sideline project that they're working on in the back of the bedroom. Like they just make $1 million off of it. You do it in your spare time. Like, bro, when you're doing it in your spare time, you actually have to do it. And not only do you have to do it, but you have to do it consecutively for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
You can't become an entrepreneur in 20 seconds because somebody sold you one and you like, okay, that's a good business model. It's a good plan. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make $1 million off of it. There's a mindset issue that you need to battle. There's a structure issue that you need to battle. And there is a culture issue that you need to battle. And all three of these issues happening in your environment right now, and you ain't fixed not one of them. You think you're about to go make $1 million.
Oh.
You just sat out there and put one ad out there, and you just said one ad. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna make this much money. I'm gonna sell this much, and don't nobody buy nothing. Ain't nobody bought nothing, and then you quit because ain't nobody buy nothing, bruh. I heard the number one motivational speaker in the world say that he went to a show, thought it was gonna be packed out. And it was like 10 people there. Number one motivational speaker in the world. And this was not before he got the title of number one motivational speaker, Mark. This was after. After he got the title of number one motivational speaker in the world, he still went to a room that had probably 10, 20 people in.
That had to been humbling.
What do you think?
That had to been humbling.
And what do you think? And he didn't think anything of it, bro. His team did. His team was like, yo, this ain't good. My man still sat up there and did a full presentation as if the joint was full. Why? Because it's not about how much money you're making. It's about what you do even when you're not winning. You got to keep that same energy. You got to keep the same energy. If he was to go into that room and there was 1,000 people, he can't give 1,000 people a better presentation than he gave the 10, 20 people that showed up. You still got to get on the presentation. You don't know what seed is there in that crowd. You still got to do it. Bro, I've been there. When I was in network marketing, I've been there. I was supposed to have a presentation with 50 people there in the room in front of me. It was only 3. We went out this whole big room for 3 people. You think I was hurt? No, I got up there like, how y'all doing? We don't even need the whole room. You just come closer, sit right here. We go do a horseshoe this thing. I don't even need a microphone. What do we need, bro? I'm gonna rock it out. It doesn't matter. Like, yo, y'all put too much into the failure. You put way too much into the failure. You talking about the failure before you even started, bro. You already lost.
Yeah.
David did not have not one tool that he could beat Goliath with. He didn't have not one tool. And he still walked into the battle with Goliath with his head high, knowing that he was going to win. Why? Because he was convicted to do so. He was convicted to win. He wasn't convicted not to fail.
Oh, and oh man, Brett, like you talking to a lot of people right now. So basically what he's trying to say is like you got to put in the work. And while you were saying all that, I thought about these two people that's on my Instagram, and they've been like, they're in that, they sell the teas and whatnot, and they've been putting in work. Like they are their ads, they are their own ads. They, one of them, I know she's been like, I think in and out of not in and out, but something happened to her, and like she just like kind of totally turned her life around. Somehow she went to the hospital for some reason, and then when she came out, she was on it. Like she got the meal prep down, the teas down, working out daily, posting workout clips and whatnot. And the before and after, it's mind-blowingly stunning. And it's just like, you got to put in the work. There's been plenty of times where I'm pretty sure like both of them were just like, all right, I'm not gonna say it's not working, but like, I got stuff going on, but still I'm gonna get back into, they've fallen off a couple of times also. They would post like, all right, missed meal prep day or whatever, so I had to, get a quick bite from, some type of fast food restaurant, but back on the grind. And it's just like, why aren't more people in the headspace of like, I can do this? Like I might, fall here and there, but I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna be consecutive with it, and the results are gonna come. If they don't come, I'm gonna make them come.
Can I go full circle with that right quick? And bring it back to what we were talking about at the beginning, because you asked a question, right? And I want to answer it before we slide off of it and forget that we even asked it. You asked the question of why aren't more people thinking like that? And the answer to that question is more people aren't thinking like that because there's too many people looking at the business like it's the hobby. And just like the drawings, that's a hobby. It ain't paying the bills. So let me make it work as quick as I possibly can with the least amount of work as possible, because if I got to put money into it, then it's not worth it. And if I'm not making money back, and I'm not guaranteed to make any money back. They already told me that during my presentation. I'm not guaranteed to make that money back, so I'm not going to put any money into it. I'm going to show and do what they told me that I can do to get this money back. Voila. Now we back at square one. So you looking at your business like it's whatever. You're looking at your business like it is what it is. Like I'm not even about to, like, whatever the case is, whatever reason you're looking at it like it's the drawing. And nobody in your environment is drawing. So why do you need to draw?
Right. Yeah.
Why am I drawing if ain't nobody else drawing? That don't make no sense. That's not how that works. Who cares? And you can't go talk to anybody about it because ain't nobody else doing it. Nobody anyway. And everybody who you don't know, they trying to sell you on it. So you stay on your own planet by default.
That's crazy. And it's like, like it's weird how we kind of just snuff out any type of flame that is different from the social norm. And it's like, that's literally how you make businesses like that grow, how you make your own business grow. You put a little of yourself in it, make it unique, make it something so different that people are like, it gave them results. It gave them a certain result. So why not I try it? And well, first of all, they look at the beginning and they look at the end, and they don't really look at the journey of like how they got there also.
Right.
So that's another thing. So when you do look at somebody like that, if it's like for fitness, if it's for, how they got to their business, do your research. DYOR, do your own research. Go back, look at day one and look at every day after that until the end, and see and learn how they got there, what some of their mistakes were, how can you improve on, their shortcomings, and boom, you done got the secret to success right there.
This is what I'm learning about the secret to success. The secret to success is the same for everybody, bro. Just be consistent and do what you do. Like, that's literally the only thing you need to do. Be consistent, do what you do, plant the seed. That's literally the only thing that you got to do, bro. Like, I have never, of course there's variations to it, but like literally those are the top 3 things that you need to do. And it's crazy because I don't think people really understand that. You're so busy, and I get why most businesses fail, because most people go into business thinking about how they can help them.
Yep.
So you ain't really in it to try to make a difference in nobody's life but your own. So like, somebody else come in, and Marcus said the first thing people trying to figure out is, how do I trust this? Like, that's the one thing that people figure out when they first click on the website is, can I trust this site? Like, the first 2 seconds of being on the site, they say, can I trust this site? And if they say no, internally, they say no, back out. First 2 seconds, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And people looking at you trying to help yourself, and your energy is coming off like that. Your energy is coming off like you trying to help yourself. You ain't trying to help nobody but you and what you got going on. Your energy is no different than people in corporate America who will snake you just to get their own way. And you think you about to make $1 million doing what now? I'm sorry. Wrong number.
Hey. Oh man. All right. Ooh. That what you just said made me think of the saying that happened at work today. I mean, not today, but a couple of days ago, man. Something was said at work, and it was ooh. I ain't gonna say it almost brought a tear to my eye, but it was sickening. Like, how can you tell another man what was said? It was crazy.
You just gonna leave us hanging like that?
You want me to say it? I didn't know you want me to say it, but all right, so
you don't start the story and just leave me hanging, bro. Like, go, come on now.
So like, higher up dude that's like really high in a real high position in the business.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. I know exactly where you're going.
There was associate. Technically, actually, it was the higher up dude was talking to one associate, and then another associate put in his 2 cents and was like, I don't really think that, because no one's been enforcing this rule that, he was trying to enforce. No one's been like too serious about it. We've kind of gotten to a point, not as like a building, not just a building, but like a whole nation where, the COVID-19 is it's a common code. It's literally a common code. Nobody's putting too much serious thought into it. And person didn't have their mask on all the way. The sir was the higher up officer or whatever was like, hey, we need you to put your mask on. Another associate put his 2 cents in. He's like, I don't really think that's that matters right now. We're in the middle of like a little tornado drill and whatnot. And the higher up dude said there's some more words, exchanged, and he was like, you may disagree, but you cannot disobey. And I was like, whoa. And there was like a quick hush over everybody in that area, and we were just like, whoa. those words really came out of this man's mouth. Like he told another man, yeah, basically bump your feelings, but at the end of the day, you still gonna do what I need you to do or what I told you. And I'm just like,
boy.
hmm.
Boy.
But
I think the worst part is that the higher up dude is younger than the dude who he was talking to.
come on.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. I was like, yo, how? When I heard it, I was just like, yeah, that's typical of corporate America. That's typical. I can see that.
Well, I don't know. It felt so weird. Like he had that authority. He thought he had. I don't know if technically he has that authority, but it was just like you felt that you felt so compelled by the mask though. Like if this was anything else, if this was like, you know, something actually work related, uh maybe I could have understood it, but I'm just like,
It's like I don't think this was that important. You could have definitely went without this one. You could have definitely went without this one. Like you definitely didn't have to say anything to anybody and went on about your business, and it would have been that would have been
right.
it. That would have been it. That's all. You just had to
I
go about your
was
business.
like crack the whip or something. I don't know. He just whoo.
Yeah, it was real bad. Like, corporate America ain't where you belong, folks. We said that on last week's episode. This was actually a result of the thing that we were talking about on last week's episode because
Yeah.
I don't think we're allowed to talk about that per se, but it's become a bit of an issue and a known fact that some things need to change. And
Most definitely.
yeah, and I don't think they are. So I think that's even more incentive
They
for
coulda.
people to get on their legacy status and start focusing on how to get away from those things because like let's be honest, my man had all right to say that. It's the company that he works for gave him the authority to do that, bro. And if he wanted my man fired, he could have did that right there on the spot, bro. Like there is no law against what they can do. And when people try to complain about it, I straight up tell them like, yo, this is not your world, it's theirs. What do you want?
That's crazy.
It's their world, bro. They can do say and whatever they want, bro. Like for real, like they.
That's
so yeah,
crazy.
man.
And that wasn't that was the first incident I've had or I've seen with this person. But apparently during the network shutdown, there was another incident when he had came down there to pick, and Bobby was in the meeting, a friend of ours. He was in the because he had called everybody together because everybody was just kind of standing around, and he gave a speech or something, basically telling people to get to work or something like that, or to do something. I was already on my broom status, so I was just kind of walking around, minding my business. No one really said anything to me. He gave me a compliment, so that's why I was like, "What is going on here?"
That doesn't happen. That's not your
Right.
swag.
This man did a full 360. He was like, I commend you for continue working in a time like this. And I was like, I'm just pushing the broom, but you're welcome. Yes, sir. Kept my head down, kept it moving. But yeah, apparently in the speech he had gave to the pickers or that department of the building that wasn't really working, they said like he was on a whole nother level. He was talking down to people, basically making them feel like dehumanizing, basically, like making them sound like they're less of human or whatever. And I'm just like, corporate America, it does that. Like it really doesn't care. You can go to a job, you can get hurt on the job. They are covered. You're not. And it's just like we see it, we know it's there. Why not want better?
Yeah.
Like, how can you mentally go to a job and get damn near humiliated each and every day? That is the main reason I am not working at the shipyard today. Because it was literally, I would go in every day, get hashed. Dude that I was working with, it was even stuff that like wasn't even uh not catered, connecting to work. Like, it was stuff unwork related that I was getting hashed about. And I was just like, yo, you, first of all, you're not my father. So like, what, where is this coming from? Like, what? It was crazy. But
Yeah.
anyway.
So on the caution of starting a whole new episode at the end of this one,
Right.
we're gonna go ahead and stop that. Uh,
Thanks.
so, ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the Dirty Trump podcast has been brought to you by Morton's Castle. Up and coming new projects in the works right now. I got high hopes for. I got high hopes for, man. We also need to talk about the your affiliate link. I got some stuff I gotta talk to you about that.
Right.
Some stuff I need. But anyway, right now we are gearing up for Christmas, man. You ready for Christmas, man?
Ready as I'm gonna be. Got all the gifts wrapped up and hidden. I got everything I needed to buy. Everything's good. Everything's Gucci.
You ain't go broke this year, did you?
Nah, not technically. Still got some stuff in the bank. We good. We good.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Glad to hear that. People have been making me feel really weird this Christmas, bro. I'm just like, I don't understand how, because like for real, like I don't really celebrate a whole bunch of holidays, bro. Like I ain't really into that. Like I got the Christmas tree up and I love the Christmas spirit, but like as far as giving gifts, bro, I've been so jaded as it pertains to the gift giving thing because my family want the type of people who, when you say the thought that counts. My family weren't about that. Like my family was this person just got me this, that, and the other, and this ain't even like, why the fuck would they get me this and blah blah blah. Like like I'm not about that. Like like I'm the type of person where you don't even need to give me a gift. I'm just chill, like just be around. Like we just chilling. Around the fireplace, rocking around the Christmas tree, like the song said. Like we just chilling, bro. Like that. Like that's the type of stuff that I love. Just being around actual people who care about me on Christmas Day. So like people just been like giving gifts and shit. And I'm just like, yo, what in the hell? Like I'm walking through the building yesterday, and one of the managers, one of the managers in the building. He looks at me and say, "Just the man I need to see, man. Wanted to give you this gift right here, man. Really appreciate you." I'm like, I could have sworn we didn't like each other. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, but yeah, man, like just people who just mean mug you on a daily basis, pull you to the side, said Merry Christmas and hope you enjoy your holiday. I'm like, what is this, man? So yeah, I'm
like,
feeling
can
a
I
little
trust this?
I'm feeling a little conflicted this Christmas, man. But hopefully it's gonna feel actually like Christmas because I'm off for the rest of the year. So yeah. But yeah, man. Hope you guys had a wonderful, amazing Christmas this year, man. I hope, of course, by the time this episode airs, it's the Tuesday after Christmas. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope that you are working your way to becoming a superstar in your own right in this New Year season. Because this will be the episode where we would actually release that, but it's just not ready. It's just not ready, man. But yeah, so we'll probably do a special promo for that next week if you down. But yeah, like I told you guys that we have a new product coming out for our New Year's resolution people. So the ebook is called Resolution: A Beginner's Guide to Setting Goals. and there will be a free gift to a complimentary planner that we're creating, and we're going to jump right into creating that today. Put the slides together for it and put the book together, man, and I am excited about it because it'll probably be the first planner that I've actually got in life that I'm going to use. So I'm looking forward to that, man. But yeah, the ebook comes out. It will be dropping before New Year's Day. Hopefully, if everything goes smooth the way it is right now, everything goes smooth, we'll be dropping before New Year's Day, man. You guys will be able to use that for your New Year's resolutions, not only for your New Year's resolutions, but setting your goals for the year of 2022, because in 2022, it is time for us to keep our heads up and stop looking at the ground. So be on the lookout for that. We'll have some kind of promotion going on for that in general. So keep your eyes peeled.
Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. All right, people, we love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next year.